Welcome to Friends of Dorothy, Icons, a special summer series of retrospectives, musical extravaganzas that feature some of the most legendary queer and queer beloved artists of the last half a century. Presented by writer-director David Rector and in partnership with Joy 94.9. Catherine Dawn Lang, better known as KD Lang, came into the world on November the 2nd, 1961. And it became a better, brighter place immediately. What a spirit, what a voice, and what an indelible impact on the rainbow community, thanks to her courage, advocacy, visibility, and individuality, all gifts that are incalculable. I'm David Rector, an unapologetic fanboy who crushed on KD Lang from the minute I first saw and heard this queer anthem. Mostly in this series, I have taken a linear approach to celebrate an icon in their episode. But with KD, I will weave in and out of her vast discography. Constant Craving is, in my humble opinion, one of the very best vocal performances from the era. It was 1992, and the singer earned a Grammy for her efforts. It expressed a universal emotion, yearning. And there is no easy way to describe this vocalist sublime. The Canadian singer-songwriter is her own genre. So few pop artists or celebrities chose to come out at the height of their popularity, some never doing so, which was understandable given the era they lived in. So when K.D. Lang did so in 1992, around the time her second solo album, Ingenue, was released, it piqued my interest in the singer, and I was so dazzled, not only by her voice, but her fearlessness at that time to reveal she was a lesbian in the queer magazine The Advocate. I was already fully cooked as an adult at that time, but still, this gay man wanted and needed queer role models, and I found one in K.D. Lang. Her activism, as well as those exquisite tones, made me fall for her big time. Okay, less words, more music. Got it.
I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. Then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight when you stopped to say hello. You wished me well. You couldn't tell that I'd been crying over you, crying over you. Then you said so long, left me standing all alone, alone and crying, 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 crying. It's hard to understand that the touch of your hand can start me crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before. But darling, what can I do? For you don't love me, and I'll always be crying over you, crying
Once I discovered this goddess with a voice that was otherworldly, I started hunting around for more, and that stunning duet Crying with the song's composer Roy Orbison just wowed me. Recorded for a movie soundtrack in 1987, the pairing was made in heaven, and the track earned the duo a Grammy for Best Country Collaboration. I've heard countless versions of the song, but Katie and Roy together, positively pure magic. For those trying to pigeonhole Katie's music, think again. Was it pop, country, jazz, blues, torch? After this quick break, have a go with this next gem.
Just a kiss, I have lived just for this. I can't explain why I've become Miss Chatelaine. Just a smile, hold me captive just a while. I can't explain why I've become Miss Chatelaine. Every time your eyes meet mine, clouds of Guam burst into sunshine. And just a sigh, words my love just reply. I can't explain why I've become Miss Chatelaine, Miss Chatelaine. A smile, hold me captive just a while. I can't explain why I've become Miss Chatelaine. Every time your eyes meet mine, clouds of Guam burst into sunshine. Just a kiss, I have lived just for this. I can't explain why I've become Miss Chatelaine, Miss Chatelaine, Miss Chatelaine, Miss Chatelaine, Miss Chatelaine.
Miss Chatelaine was another selection from her ingenue set, and apart from showcasing her glorious vocal range and power, the track is such an eclectic mix of music styles, a hallmark of Katie's output. Exhibit D, folks on the jury.
A thin ice covers my soul. My body's frozen and my heart is cold and still. So much about me is wrong. I search for a place to unthaw. And something in me roots love into fear. It veils my vision, leaves my thoughts unclear. My eyes from blue turn to gray, hoping to mask what they say. I've been outside myself for so long. Any feeling I had is close to gone. I've been outside myself for so in a storm of the sun, basking, senseless to what I've become. A fool to worship just light, when after all it follows night. I've been outside myself for so long. Any feeling I had is close to gone. I've been outside myself for so long, so long. I've been outside myself for so long. Any feeling I had is close to gone. I've been outside myself for so
That hauntingly mesmerising recording is Outside Myself, another inclusion from Ingenue, and a very personal, reflective, dreamy-like mosaic. But I'm going to change pace after that swoony, sublime selection. Try saying that 3 times fast. And speaking of fast, get set for some high-octane KD. That rollicking country piece of fun was Turn Me Round, which was credited as Katie Lang and the Reclines, who recorded and toured for 6 years, from 1983 to 1989. Lifted from their 1987 set, Angel with a Lariat, Turn Me Round was its opening track, and it's always been one of my favourites of KD's. So joyous and motivating. Okay, so those 3 albums she made with the Reclines were country, and this next selection from their 3rd and final long player, Absolute Torch and Twang, earned the singer another Grammy for female country vocal performance. But the melange of styles was becoming more interesting.
Trail of broken hearts, looking back at you. Now and from the start, these words will travel through the Godspeed of trust. Will settle the dust we've been passing through. Broken trail so long and tired past, and emptiness is gone. I found this place at last, and here we'll remain with only the aim of staying sure and fast, leaving just a part down the trail of broken hearts. Trail of broken hearts, looking back at you. Now and from the start, these words will travel through the Godspeed of trust. Will settle the dust we've been passing through. Leaving just a part down the trail of broken hearts.
I mean, that voice could and did sing every genre. Get set to be surprised and on your feet for a very different outing. Up next. That vibey joint was from the 1993 soundtrack to the Uma Thurman film Even Cowgirls Get the Blues. Katie Lang was now hitting the Billboard dance chart. Okay, so country, pop, jazz, torch, dance. What couldn't she sing? Okay, so you just know I'm going to illustrate her versatility further. Taken from her 1995 set, All You Can Eat, If I Were You combined many styles in creating a very radio-friendly track. And to prove just how hot this singer had become, multiple versions of it were released. Junior's X-Beat mix, Close to the Groove edit, and one called a Smokin' Lounge mix. It's a pretty perfect piece of pop, really. Okay, on to one of my most beloved albums by Katie Lang, featuring this extraordinary cover.
no books to read. Making love with you has left me peaceful, warm and tired. What else could I ask? There's nothing to be desired. Peace came upon me and it leaves me weak. So sleep, silent angel, go to sleep. Sometimes all I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I Making love with you has left me peaceful, warm and tired. What more could I ask? There's nothing to be desired. Sometimes all I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I breathe and to love you. All I need is the air that I Peace came upon me and it leaves me weak. So sleep, silent angel, go to sleep. Sleep, silent angel, go to sleep.
The Air That I Breathe was originally recorded by the Hollies in the 1970s. KD included it on an ingenious concept long player called Drag, which wasn't the obvious. Each selection had a smoking reference or motif, described as a heady mix of pop and torch. I just loved the thinking outside the box for a covers album. I've always adored the Hollies version, but KD imbues the glorious melodies with a lush and plaintive vibe that is just 6 minutes of dreamy, hazy and, smoky ecstasy. If you thought KD Lang was just a crooner at heart, I'd say you're wrong. To wit, this next performance.
Summer wind, and you my friend, my new fun thing, my summer flame.
The icon found a sunny disposition on that joyous release from 2000. Summer Fling was from the Invincible Summer album, with a 60s vibe reminiscent of the Dion, Dusty recordings, with full orchestrations and the bright, bubbly arrangements. It showed the versatility that KD could demonstrate, and further endeared her to the Rainbow followers, who awaited each new recording with bated breath, unsure what their idol would do next. Long before Lady Gaga teamed up with Tony Bennett, KD had been there, done that. Here is a beautiful example of the magic the pair created on their 2002 collaboration, What a Wonderful World.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do?
They're really saying, I love you.
I hear babies cry,
I watch them grow.
they'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Don't you think Satchmo was right?
What a wonderful world.
You were right, Pops.
With KD Lang in it, it is a wonderful world, and I found my young adulthood a happier and better place, thanks to muses and heroes and icons like KD, unafraid to be who she is and continually reinventing her sound, but maintaining the ingredients that made her one of the great contemporary singers of the era. All that has given this superstar the iconic status for the queer community. She was the idol we needed and received. Thank you, Catherine Dawn Lang, for your tireless advocacy, not just for us rainbow folk, but for all the causes you have supported, and of course for your glorious music and splendiferous voice. I hope you've enjoyed this series of queer icons and their recordings. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.
When the sun goes down here and darkness falls, the blanket of winter leaves no light at all. You search for shelter to calm the storm, shaking with an instinct just to stay warm. But If you'd open up your door, I'd walk through the snow barefoot. You hear the howling of dogs and wind, stirring up the secrets that are frozen within. The ice will haunt you, it lays so deep, locking up inside you the dreams that you keep. But I'd walk through the snow barefoot if you'd open up your door. I'd walk through the snow barefoot. I'd walk through the snow barefoot if you'd open up your door. I'd walk through the snow barefoot. This wind through my soul blows I'd walk through the snow barefoot if you'd open up your door. I'd walk through the snow barefoot. I'd walk through the snow barefoot if you'd open up your door. I'd walk through the snow barefoot. I'd walk through the snow barefoot if you'd open up your door. I would walk through the snow barefoot. Walk through the snow barefoot. Walk through the snow barefoot. Walk through the snow.
You have been listening to the retrospective series Friends of Dorothy Icons in partnership with Joy 94.9. For more fabuloso content, head to friendsofdorothy.in, that's IN, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for listening.